So I saw this thing on Twitter a couple of days ago where Sonic fanboys and Pokemon fanboys are fighting, and it's really, really pathetic. That's just the only word I have for it. So essentially what happened is Sonic Frontiers and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet came out very recently and very close to each other, and both games are incredibly buggy. So what happened then is everybody on the internet started kind of shitting on the games, Sonic Frontiers first, because, it came out first, and then Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And what happened is the fanboys just couldn't take any criticism of their precious games. So they just started pointing fingers at each other, saying like, yeah, I know our game has glitches, but remember that other game? That other game also has glitches. And then the Sonic fans went like, I know our game has glitches, but look at this new game. It has way more glitches than our game does. It's far worse. Shit on them. And then this fucking stupid fanboy war started between the Sonic fanboys and the Pokemon fanboys. Now I do quickly want to mention that I do own both games. I have played both games and I have enjoyed both games despite the bugs. I find them both to be pretty fun. Before people go and call me biased towards one side or the other. Also, the reason I don't have any of my own Pokemon gameplay in this video is because I can't record my Switch. Anyway, let's read some of these tweets to give you a better idea of what's going on.
Pokemon is not the best game, but it's the most invincible. It could survive nuclear winter. I loaded it up and it runs like shit. Textures popping in on every camera change. Movement sucked, and then there's no jump button. And then I forgot all that when I catch a little guy like smiley face.
So I feel like this is kind of where the problem started, with these dumbass fanboys saying like, oh, I don't care about the glitches. And then that pissed Sonic fans off because everybody's been shitting on their game for not being technically sound, and now Pokemon fans don't seem to care about the fact that Pokemon is not technically sound. Although, to be fair, this is a small part of the Pokemon fan base. Most Pokemon fans do, in fact, criticize the fuck out of Pokemon games. I know people say that they don't. I've seen a lot of people say, like, oh, only a small majority of the Pokemon fan base actually criticize Pokemon games, which is just simply not true. When Sword and Shield came out, everybody shat on it. Same goes for Gen 4 remakes. Anyway, this is basically how the war started. Retarded Pokemon fanboys were being retarded, and then Sonic fanboys got mad and they started shitting on Pokemon, and the Pokemon fanboys got mad and they started shitting on Sonic, and then shit like this happened.
Can we start calling Scarlet and Violet the Sonic 06 of Pokemon so that we can bully Pokemon fans for liking the games, and then Peter the 10th Pokemon was never good and that it had a rough transition to 3D?
I don't think any Pokemon fan would deny the fact that the game had a rough transition to 3D. Ever since Pokemon franchise went 3D, fans have been shitting on it. You ask any fan what their favorite Pokemon game is, it's gonna be a 2D game. Like, the only people who like the 3D games and defend them incredibly passionately are dumbass fanboys, kids whose first Pokemon games were the 3D games, which is super sad to think about, but whatever. And like, I guess Poketubers who have to pretend to like every single thing Pokemon does because otherwise they have nothing to make content about. And in all honesty, it's very sad to see like a tweet like this, because it just shows me that Sonic fans are sick and tired of constantly having their favorite game shit on, and then see a game like Pokemon, which also suffers from a lot of technical issues, probably more, being praised, which is not really true. Go anywhere on the internet, people are shitting on it, but you have the dumbass fucking fanboys on Twitter saying shit like, oh, I don't care about technical problems, I just want to catch little Pikachu. And it's just so weird that instead of like these Pokemon and Sonic fans like banding together to demand, better quality from the developers, they're now just locked in this war of my game is better than your game, which doesn't even make any sense, because how the fuck are you gonna compare a 3D platformer to like a fucking monster catcher / turn-based JRPG? And also, like, the bugs aren't even that bad in both games. Like, don't get me wrong, there definitely are bugs in the game, but it's not like fucking Fallout 76 or Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, I've run into bugs while playing Pokemon Scarlet, but nothing game-breaking, and the really odd bugs that you see, like this shit, most of it seems to be happening in the multiplayer mode, so I'm not sure if that's just broken as fuck. But the most buggy thing I've seen happen is that a Golduck just walked through a wall. And that was it. And the same basically goes for Sonic Frontiers. Like when I'm running around at the speed of sound, there are like pop-ups and shit, and Sonic does like clip sometimes into weird shit, whatever. Right? Glitches do happen. But like 90% of the time, Sonic just controls fine, like normally, like the way I want him to. So it's not like this, the entire game is just filled with technical errors. With both games, that's just not the case. I know that if you've seen like Donkey's video, that it might seem like the game's broken as fuck, but Donkey very often just tries to break the game on purpose. Like Donkey will literally just play a glitchy, buggy game and then go out of his way to break it even more for content, which is honestly fine. I don't care. It might just be a bit disingenuous, not gonna lie. And also, I want to be clear, I'm not just trying to make excuses for the glitches and the bugs in the game. Obviously, they shouldn't be there, but they're not that bad. Or at least they're not Fallout 76 level of bad. And to wrap up this video, I'm just gonna quickly give my thoughts on both games. I'm not gonna go too in detail because I want to upload a full review of Pokemon Scarlet. Wink wink, nudge nudge, subscribe please. But yeah, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are very buggy. They look like absolute shit, and they're the most fun I've had playing a Pokemon game in the past couple of years. Now my thoughts on Sonic Frontiers are the exact same, just switch the word Pokemon with Sonic Frontiers. There you go. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.